Chicago, Illinois, August 12, 2022. Officers responded to reports of gunfire on West Adams Street. Moments later, one officer opened fire on a man sitting inside a parked car.
Shots fired! 2153 West Adams. Stop reaching! Stop reaching!
The man was 37-year-old Raymond Comer. He was struck multiple times and left paralyzed from the waist down. Police said a gun was recovered at the scene, but Comer later filed a lawsuit, claiming the officer fired without cause before confirming he was armed.
Stop reaching! Stop reaching! Stop reaching! Can you see? You got him! 2150. Let me see your hands! Give me 30. You got iPad? Secure. Not moving.
After nearly 2 years, footage from body cams, dash cams, and surveillance cameras was released. It revealed the full truth behind the shots that changed a man's life forever. Do you agree the officer's action was justified? Comment yes if you do.
Put it down! Does he have a knife?
A call came in about a fight with a knife outside the Big R store on St. Michael's Drive. Officers Brandon Dietz and Caesar Ornelas arrived to find 33-year-old Joseph Galassini armed and shouting in the parking lot.
Get back there! Get down! Put it down, brother! I don't want to hurt you! Put it down! I don't want to hurt you! Put it down, brother! Put it down! It's not worth it! Yes, it is! Put it down, man! It is! I just talked to you the other day, man. Just put it down. Yeah, I did. They're telling you about it. Let me go! Put it down, man. Put it down.
Commands to drop the knife echoed through the air, but he refused and moved closer. Dietz stumbled over a curb as Galassini turned toward Ornelas, raising the knife. Both officers backed away, warning him again, but he kept advancing.
Bobby, put it down! Put it down!
Shots were fired. Galassini was hit and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Both officers were safe. One moment of defiance turned a busy parking lot into a split-second fight for survival. A call came in about a man armed with a large knife, causing a disturbance in a quiet neighborhood parking lot. The first officer arrived at Haddon Manor Court. Across the lot stood 30-year-old Finan Berha, knife in hand.
Put the knife down! 2 out of 10, step him up. Got one with a knife refusing to hit, so get down on the ground. Get on the ground!
Units heading to the weapons call, step up priority.
Get on the ground!
Authority of 2 out of 10, 1422.
Get on the ground! Go inside! Get on the ground!
Commands to drop it echoed through the air, but he didn't stop. Berha suddenly charged.
On the ground!
The officer opened fire.
I don't want to shoot you!
Eaton County, Michigan. Early morning calm. Then a call came in a stabbing at a Quality Dairy store. A fight that began over a face mask. The suspect, 43-year-old Sean Ruiz, fled the scene, but a deputy soon spotted his vehicle on Jerryson Drive.
Drop the weapon! Drop the weapon!
When she approached, Ruiz stepped out holding a knife and a screwdriver. Despite repeated commands to drop them, he advanced. The deputy fired, cleared a jam, and fired again until he fell. Ruiz was taken to the hospital but did not survive. One act of anger on a quiet morning ended in irreversible loss. Siler City, North Carolina. A simple seatbelt stop turned into a deadly encounter on a quiet afternoon. Trooper Rodney Cook pulled over 21-year-old Mark Diaz for a minor violation.
On 64 here, you didn't have a seatbelt on. The law says you have it on no matter where you're at on the road.
When Diaz failed to show ID and was asked to step out, he drew a pistol instead. Cook tried to block the weapon and backed away, firing as Diaz stepped from the truck. Moments later, Diaz was on the ground still gripping the gun.
Drop the gun!
Cook secured the weapon and began CPR until medics arrived. Diaz was taken to the hospital but did not survive. A reminder that even routine stops can turn dangerous in a heartbeat.
Let me see him.
September 11th, 2024. A plainclothes officer spotted a man pulling a gun from his pocket and tucking it into his waistband. Soon after, Officer Mark Schildmeyer arrived and ordered 25-year-old Vernell Jackson to show his hands.
Let me see your hands. Let me see him.
Instead, Jackson pulled the gun and turned toward the officer. One shot was fired. Jackson went down as Schildmeyer rushed to give life-saving aid.
Let me see your hands. Let me see him.
The loaded weapon was recovered at the scene. Jackson survived surgery and now faces multiple charges. Quick action and training kept a dangerous moment from becoming far worse.
8312, I got shots fired. Got a suspect down. Go ahead and start fire.
It started as a calm traffic stop near Bluegrass Airport. The trooper and the occupants spoke briefly. Nothing seemed unusual.
What's going on? The reason why you're not just driving a seatbelt on? Huh? It was. You got the driver's license? Can you roll down the back window? What's going on, bud? Good. You got driver's license on you too? You're not wearing a seatbelt. Do you have a social? What is it? What is it?
Then, without warning, 47-year-old Guy House pulled a gun and fired, hitting Trooper Jude Remillion in the leg.
Right at the airport.
As House sped away, 3 bystanders rushed in, using belts to stop the bleeding and staying with the wounded trooper until help arrived. House was later found at a church in Lexington after shooting several people. 2 victims didn't make it. He was fatally shot when officers moved in.
We saw pulling out the wrong way. He almost hit us too.
One moment of violence changed countless lives, but compassion kept one man alive. January 27th, 2025. What started as a loud engine on Michigan Street turned into a dangerous pursuit through city
Why don't you
roads.
just sit there and floor it coming out of that parking lot? Let me go see your driver's license. Let me see your ID then.
Trooper Lincoln Smith stopped a gray Dodge Ram driven by 36-year-old Frederick Wiley showing clear signs of intoxication. Moments later, the passenger jumped out as Wiley sped off.
No, we're going to be in pursuit.
1037. Be behind Purdue. It's gonna be David Boy 282995. It's gonna be the truck.
The chase tore through intersections until Wiley rammed a Camaro and lost control in a gravel lot. A tactical maneuver disabled the truck and officers moved in.
Stop! Show me your hands! Show me your hands! Get out! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Put in park! Put in park! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Unlock the door! Now! Unlock!
Wiley resisted arrest and was subdued with a taser. Inside the vehicle, officers found a reported stolen Glock and a large bottle of alcohol. Reckless choices behind the wheel always come with a price.
Give a fuck, bro.
A dog! A missed dog!
Tarrant County, Texas, December 13th, 2024. A woman called 911 in panic. She said she had been held hostage for 4 days inside a white Dodge Caravan. She managed to escape in a Walmart parking lot and called for help. Moments later, officers spotted the van speeding through traffic, running red lights along Highway 183. The chase ended after the suspect crashed into 2 vehicles, then tried to flee on foot.
Stop! Get out! Put your hands like that! Everybody get out right now! I got you.
A taser brought him down as officers closed in. 52-year-old Reginald Jameson was arrested on multiple felony charges. One brave escape ended 4 days of fear.
No, don't!
Oklahoma City, November 9th, 2023. A 911 call breaks the silence on NE 12th Street. A man with a gun shouting wildly through the neighborhood. Officers rush to the scene as Janie Owens Bay stands in the crowd, weapon raised. The moment he sees them, he turns and runs into the building. Inside, only the sound of terrified breathing remains.
Get out of here! Alright. Alright. Open the door. Alright, he points that gun at me. We're going. Put the gun down! Put the gun down! I know. Hey. Put the gun down! Put it down! Put it down!
A gunshot tears through the air. Officers fire back as Owens Bay hides behind the vending machine, still pulling the trigger.
Is that him? Is that him? Okay, he's behind me. He's behind the Coke machine right here. Okay. I can't. Guns down. Okay, look. Put the gun down. Hey. Don't reach for it. Don't.
For a moment it seems over, but then he reaches down and picks the gun up again. One final shot ends the standoff. No one else is hurt. In the moment he could have saved himself, he chose the other way.
Don't reach for it. Don't.
North Miami-Dade, Florida. Alarms echo across the city. A stolen truck, a fugitive on the run, and a chase ready to ignite. Jose Carlos Blanciquet, a patient who escaped from a mental health facility after a failed assault, appears at Toyota of North Miami. He steals a truck and speeds off. The truck swerves through intersections, but the net closes fast. Police block the road and force it to stop. Everything ends in seconds. Freedom taken the wrong way never lasts, because every road that runs from justice eventually circles back to it. Do you think the officers handled this situation with incredible speed and professionalism? Comment yes. Police receive a call from the neighborhood near 46th and North York. Reports say a man with a gun threatened a driver, then walked away with his dog.
Denver police! Put that gun down now! Drop it! Drop the gun! Drop it! Drop it!
Minutes later, they find him. Officers move in carefully, lights cutting through the night. Commands echo, but he doesn't respond.
Drop the gun! Drop it now! How can we help you?
Find out we're gonna shoot you. I have to do that. Drop the gun. Go down.
Suddenly, the man raises his gun. Shots ring out. The silence shatters. The confrontation ends in seconds. The suspect is taken to the hospital in critical condition. The weapon is later identified as an air gun. One reckless move turned a quiet street into a place face to face with death.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
A call comes from Chili's Grill and Bar. A man armed with a knife and a hammer is threatening everyone inside. Officers arrive to find 50-year-old Philip Adrian Mullen sitting in a silver Honda. The first command is calm. Step out of the car.
Step out of the car. What's up? Step out of the car. Hey, let me see your hands. Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Mullen grabs the hammer and starts walking forward. 60 feet, 8 warnings, no pause.
Put your hands up. I'm not going to tell you again. Don't come any closer. Don't come any closer. I'm going to tell you right now. Get down! Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground now!
The officer keeps backing away until there's nowhere left to go. 3 shots end the advance. Officers rush in to give aid, but it's too late. One man's rage turned a quiet evening into a tragedy that no one could stop.
You good? Yeah, I'm good. How are you guys good here?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll come over here.
May 29th, 2024, a white Ford truck speeds down Interstate 95, refusing to stop for St. John's deputies. Behind the wheel, Alexandria Mason, armed and reckless. Florida Highway Patrol joins the chase. Speeds hit 100 miles an hour. Traffic tightens, danger builds. One precise PIT sends the truck spinning into a concrete wall. Officers move in as Mason crawls through the cabin, ignoring commands. She's pulled out and taken into custody. Inside the truck, a gun, ammunition, and suspected drugs. The chase ends, but the evidence tells the rest of the story. April 10th, Ryan Street erupts into chaos as Cody Davis, a convicted felon, steals a truck and leads police on a high-speed chase through city traffic. Police cameras catch every second as he rams cars and drives against traffic. A stolen gun flies out the window, bouncing on the road as sirens close in. The chase ends in a violent crash, but no one dies. In court, Davis claims the brakes failed. Prosecutors call it a lie that no one could believe. The verdict is clear: 6 charges, guilty on all counts. When justice finally caught up, it didn't slow down for anyone. August 16th, 2023. Neighbors call 911 after hearing a woman screaming for help inside a house on Bowling Avenue.
I got a bunch of loose. That was hard. Look at that boy. Which window she kick out?
Officers arrive and see her trapped on the second floor. The front door is barricaded, so they grab a ladder and climb through the window.
Is he Hispanic? But there's no one else in here, right?
Inside, they find her chained to the floor by the neck. The lock is ripped out and she's freed within seconds. 2 days later, police arrest 36-year-old Moises May. What started as control ended as a crime, and her screams became her rescue.
What kind of car does he drive?
Put the knife down! You're what?
September 5th, 2022. Morning traffic turns dangerous when 911 calls report a man walking in the middle of I-25. Cars swerve. One driver almost hits him. Officers arrive and find 29-year-old Daryl Ray Lopez walking in traffic.
Come here. Come here. Put it down! Put it down now! Put the knife down! Put the knife down!
They try to talk him down, but he pulls a knife and charges. An officer fires once and Lopez falls as vehicles stop across the highway.
Drop the knife!
He is taken to the hospital but does not survive. No one else is injured. Moments like this remind us that one reckless act can put every life at risk. A robbery alarm rings out from Dollar Bank as two masked suspects flee in a black Toyota Camry, sparking a high-speed chase.
Getting off at transportation, speed 90. Yeah, advise Garfield.
The car tears through Route 82, Interstate 77, and 490 West at over 105 miles per hour, weaving through traffic as drivers swerve to avoid disaster.
Speed 50. Exiting Lorraine. Exiting onto Lorraine. They just hit a vehicle to bail. One male bailed. One male bailed. He hit my car.
Cash and evidence fly from the window as spike strips fail to stop the car. Near Fleet Avenue, the Camry crashes into a Dodge but keeps going.
They struck a vehicle, West 85th and Lorraine. I'm out on foot.
At West 85th and Lorraine, the chase ends. Both suspects are taken down on the spot. The run ends here and justice catches up at full speed.
We got one in full speed. Do a better pat down on it.
Los Angeles, 1:10 a.m. A liquor store patrol turned into chaos when officers spotted 33-year-old Malik Salah hiding a gun.
Just relax. Just relax. Hey, just calm down, bro. Hold on.
As they moved to detain him, Salah ripped the weapon from his waistband and opened fire. Bullets tearing through the store as customers dove for cover.
Get back. Three shots by officer, so Jefferson right there.
Come on.
Get back.
He fled into the night, still firing, but within minutes, a perimeter snapped shut. Hit by police rounds, Salah was treated on scene and taken to the hospital in stable condition.
Hands on top of your head. Stop. Turn around. All right. Turn around.
Charged with attempted murder of a peace officer, his choices ended in handcuffs. Do you think officers had any other choice in that moment? Comment yes if you agree.
I have a possible suspect in cut. 7th Avenue.
September 14th, 2022, just after 1 a.m. A simple traffic stop on Highway 64 spiraled into chaos within seconds.
I mean, what do you mean then?
Step out of the vehicle for me.
Okay. I mean, I'm just wondering.
Turn around, put your hands right there real quick. You got anything on you shouldn't? Put your hands out of your pocket.
Deputy Shane Iverson ordered 29-year-old Timothy Randall out of the car. Randall resisted, demanding to know why he was being arrested as the struggle erupted on the roadside.
Officer, I don't have anything on me.
Behind your back.
Officer, why are you? What? Can you just tell me? Officer, please, can you tell me what I'm under arrest for? Please.
Get out.
In the chaos, a single shot from the deputy's 9mm pierced Randall's chest. His final steps counted in the darkness. Moments later, he collapsed on the pavement. One missed stop sign turned into a deadly showdown under the flashing lights.
517, I'm on 4125.
Maricopa, Arizona. Police spotted 38-year-old Keith Prock at a Circle K gas station, a wanted fugitive with multiple warrants. As they approached, Prock ran, pulled a handgun, and opened fire. Officers immediately returned shots in a chaotic exchange right outside the pumps. Prock was killed, and one officer was wounded but survived. One trigger pull was all it took to bring everything to an end.
Stop now. Stop. Stop, man.
Nine, officer down.
In East Charlotte, police chased a 14-year-old suspect after a 911 call reporting a car break-in.
Let me see your hand. Hey, on the ground, man. I'm not playing with you. I'm not gonna play, bro. Get ground.
The teen opened fire, striking Officer Elliot Whitley in the shoulder, forcing him to fire back amid the chaos. The suspect ran into an apartment complex but was quickly taken into custody. Whitley escaped with a minor injury while the teen now faces serious charges. Proof that resisting with a gun only shortens the road to jail. On June 26, 2022, officers responded to Tuckasegee Road in Charlotte after a report of an armed robbery at a Food Lion store.
Hands. Hey, we got gunpoint. Hey, back up.
The suspect, 45-year-old Kevin Boston, was located nearby and pulled out a revolver when officers approached. He ignored commands to drop the weapon.
Hey, drop the gun! 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 Drop it! Drop it! Oh God, he's still pointing! He's still pointing! Oh shit! Stop pointing!
Boston fired at officers, striking patrol vehicles. Officers returned fire, hitting him before moving in to provide medical aid. A revolver and extra rounds were recovered at the scene. Boston was transported to the hospital, and investigators confirmed officers acted within policy. Carrying a weapon into conflict never solves the problem. It only multiplies it. June 9th, 2021, Georgia. A black Dodge Dart rolls out of Godby Road, the driver Terrell Gass, wanted for attempted murder. Patrol units close in, the box-in begins. The suspect rams a patrol car and breaks free. Sirens rise as the chase rips through crowded streets, wrong lanes, oncoming traffic, even a pedestrian forced to jump aside. On Interstate 285, a Petit maneuver spun the Dodge off the road and into the embankment. Gass jumped out, his hands digging into his pockets as officers closed in with weapons drawn, every step charged with tension.
Get on the ground! Now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do not shoot! Do not shoot! Get on! Now! Show me your hand! Now! Show me your hand! Show me your hand! Back up!
Suddenly, he pulled a gun and leveled it at 3 officers. The silence shattered in a burst of gunfire, the fugitive collapsing to the pavement as red and blue lights lit up the highway. One reckless choice can turn the open road into a dead end. September 3rd, 2025. Multiple 911 calls report a man armed with a handgun and a shotgun wandering the streets of Bay County.
I know you're not. Mr. Smith. Reach for your gun. Grab that by the strap and put it down, please. Camera on? I don't see no red light. It's on. Mr. Smith, do you know where you're at? Yeah. Where you at?
Bay County. I'm on. Is this in your height? Nope.
It is not.
This is Carolina.
Okay. Can I take that off of you? Huh?
When a deputy approached, 45-year-old Justin Smith grew hostile. Ordered to set the weapon down, he instead drew a pistol and pointed it at the deputy.
Me, bro.
Mr. Smith.
Hey, one more. Grab it.
Don't you touch it.
Don't.
Bay, I got one at gunpoint.
No fear.
Put it down. Put it down. Bay, shots fired.
Drop the gun. Drop it.
I need code 3 now. Shots fired.
Gunfire erupted on Weber Road. Smith fired 6 rounds. The deputy returned 7, bullets tearing into a patrol car. Smith was struck and did not survive. The deputy escaped unharmed, proof of how quickly an encounter can turn into a gun battle.
He's in around. 6-8, man, if we haven't already, fire EMS around.
Mr. Smith!
On Highway 111, officers from White County and Sparta Police attempted to stop a truck driven by Michael Dial. Initial efforts to block the vehicle were unsuccessful.
Young units, what direction you headed?
He's got the city on the side.
I have a patrol car up here. He's 55. He's in the median. I'll check on him. 73, y'all still know him? Here you go. I'm going to get back down here. Purchase Falls.
Dial continued to flee, creating a growing risk for everyone on the road. The situation escalated as officers moved to contain the threat.
Officer down here, I'm going to go check on this. They jumped heading northbound.
Get a hold of 59, see if we can.
This area including that take this subject out by any means necessary.
Simply advise I'm fixing that ram in there.
Emergency Falls. In there, 30 Central, cars 1070 on me. Cars 1070 at Spring Street. Encourage unit EMS. Yeah, good. Yeah, pull forward over there. Section up there. Pull forward. I'll get in contact with Level County Drive. We're losing debris. County is. Do not ram this subject. Either you need to get up and use your shotgun again this specific.
Shots fired! Shots!
Gunfire erupted during the confrontation, and one officer was reported injured while units worked together to stop the truck. Dial was taken into custody and now faces multiple charges. A wrong turn behind the wheel can be corrected, but resisting police leaves no way back.
Let me see her! Let me see her!
In Connecticut, 39-year-old Jimmy Shoemaker Gonzalez carjacked 2 vehicles with a knife, injuring the owners. Police tracked the stolen RAV4 to Bristol, where he abandoned it and fled into a residential area when spotted.
got lethal.
Use it, son. Use it, son.
Chris, he's got a cop car.
He's got a cop car.
I'm gonna. Breathe! Bring safe! Bring safe!
The suspect then took a running patrol car and sped off. An officer fired as he drove away, striking him in the hand and leg. Do you think one officer firing to stop the patrol car was the right call? Comment yes.
Suspect cluster hit once or twice on down Brook Street.
He nearly hit a school bus before crashing into a diner. Tests showed alcohol and drugs in his system. After treatment, he was taken into custody. One reckless day had turned city streets into a place of danger. Just before midnight, police responded to reports of an armed robbery near McAllister Street. When officers tried to stop the suspect, he ran with a gun in hand.
Stop!
In the middle of the chase, he turned back, raised the weapon, and fired. One officer returned fire, striking the suspect.
I got the radio. I got the radio.
Stop!
Aid was given immediately, and paramedics rushed him to the hospital. He did not survive. In a single second, choice turned to fate. When a weapon is raised, every road ahead closes, like stepping into a storm without shelter. On December 27, 2023, Greenville deputies answered a 911 call on Pequot Drive.
Walter,
the wife
Sheriff's
of 81-year-old
office.
Walter McDonald said he had grown aggressive and she felt unsafe.
Come on. Out. Let's go. Anybody else in there?
My dog.
Deputies met her in the garage and learned McDonald was angry she had called for help. Inside, they found him armed. She was moved to safety while officers urged him to disarm.
Put your hands up for me and step out.
Hey, put the gun down. Put it down.
McDonald refused and later stepped outside, still holding the gun.
No shot, no shot.
When he raised it toward deputies, officers responded with
I see him,
gunfire.
Cease fire! Cease fire! Cease fire! Cease fire! Cease fire!
He was pronounced dead at the scene. A home meant for shelter can, with one wrong move, turn into danger, like a locked door losing its meaning when opened the wrong way. A shoplifting call at a Pineville Food Lion on May 14th, 2024 brought Sergeant Adam Roberts to the lot. He confronted 46-year-old Dennis Bowden, who ignored commands and walked away with stolen goods.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
1514.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Do not walk into traffic. You would just die, dude. Do not walk in that traffic, okay? He's walking into traffic now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Don't you move! Get on the ground! He's back up. I don't have any more tasers able to get up.
Get him, Brady. Get him! Let go!
Roberts deployed a taser, but it failed. Moments later, the struggle escalated and Roberts fired his weapon.
Shots fired, 15-8. Shots fired.
Bowden tried to walk a few steps before collapsing. He did not survive his injuries. What began as minor theft ended in tragedy, showing how seconds of defiance can carry a lifetime of consequence. If you believe cooperation could have prevented this, comment yes. Chaos broke out at a warehouse in Nashville when a 22-year-old employee opened fire during a shift change, leaving 3 people injured.
Do not move! Drop the weapon!
Police confronted him on Antioch Pike. He ignored repeated commands to drop his weapon and raised the gun toward officers.
Drop the weapon! Drop the weapon! Do not move! Do not move! Do not move! Do not move!
Shots were fired and the gunman did not survive at the scene. Medical aid was given to the victims, who survived. Violence never rewrites the story. It only closes doors that could have been left open with a single choice to stand down. A police chase spilled onto Interstate 30 after officers spotted a reckless driver fleeing down Bryant Parkway. Lights and sirens made no difference as the suspect pushed ahead at dangerous speeds.
Secondary again on the interstate, 126 eastbound.
Arkansas State Police joined the pursuit and executed a precise PIT maneuver, ending the chase without causing further injuries. The move ended the chase without further injury. He faces multiple charges, from felony fleeing and reckless driving to possession of a controlled substance. Fleeing only doubles the risk. One reckless choice can turn a simple stop into lasting consequences even after the engine is off. Bronx, New York. Officers responded to a 911 call about a dispute in an apartment. Inside, 24-year-old Alidar Cruz was identified as the aggressor in an assault.
You know what I mean? So I have 150,000 in my bank. I need time to get my apartment and leave. I swear to God, bro.
You gonna leave? You gotta...
Yo. Tell my mother that all my money is in my bank account. It's for my mother.
As they questioned him, Cruz grew agitated, ran into a bedroom, and returned with a machete. He swung it toward Officer Cunningham. In just seconds, anger turned into violence, proving how quickly control can vanish. A routine ride on the RT Blue Line turned into a tense standoff. Passengers reported a man with a large knife acting erratically. When officers boarded, they found him dressed in red, shouting and refusing to comply.
We're here to help you. 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 Help me! Please help! Knock off that door. Please, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying. Please don't. Help me.
Officers urged him to drop the knife. Less lethal beanbag rounds were used, but the man stood up and charged forward. Officers then discharged their firearms, and he collapsed inside the train. Paramedics arrived quickly, but the man did not survive. A moving train leaves no space for mistakes. When fear collides with steel, every choice in that moment can decide the course of a life. On April 9th, 2015, 33-year-old Jose Sanchez rammed a patrol car and sparked a high-speed chase. The pursuit tore through the city before his truck rolled on I-84. Thrown from the vehicle because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, Sanchez tried to escape on foot. He was caught on the median and taken into custody. One moment of defiance turned the highway into a trap. Skipping a seatbelt and fleeing the law only proves how quickly control can vanish on the road.
This guy?
A woman walking near Hollywood Boulevard was suddenly attacked with a knife. Friends flagged down an LAPD sergeant who quickly called for backup.
Hey, get out of there! You, get out of there! Hey, get out of there! You, get out! Requesting an RA for a female, approximately 30 years old.
The suspect, 27-year-old Grisha Alaverdian, refused to drop the weapon. He advanced toward officers, forcing them to use both gunfire and a beanbag shotgun to bring him down.
Give him the warning! Give him the warning! Hey, give me grace! Give me grace! Stand by, shots fired. What's that fire? Who shot? Get out of there! Get on the ground!
Both Alaverdian and the victim were taken to the hospital for treatment. The knife was recovered, and Alaverdian was later booked for attempted murder. No officers were injured. Violence leaves no victory. On a crowded street, one reckless act can carve scars far deeper than the wound itself.
Hey, get off of her! Get off of her!
She's not.
Turn around. I got him.
Officers from the Cocoa Beach Police Department were wrapping up a call when they noticed a young woman causing a disturbance nearby.
Hey!
Wait, please, don't say anything. Stop.
Turn around.
No.
Turn around.
No.
Stand up.
There was no reason for that. There was no reason for that. You care about me. Stephanie, shut up and let him before you
Hey,
go to
get off of
jail.
her! Get off of her!
She's not.
Turn around. I got him.
It's my problem. Don't recognize me. There's no reason.
Yeah, it is.
I'm waiting for her ride to get here so I don't have to bring her home because she has a responsible ride on the way, but she chill.
No, you're not, bro. So why does he have you in handcuffs?
Because they saw you.
You hold her.
Be quiet, please. Just don't say anything else, Stephanie. I'm trying to help you. Just don't say anything else, okay? I know.
I'm a baby.
I know you are.
Why you did it?
That's why you didn't. That's why I'm telling you to be quiet, Stephanie.
So you said
just listen.
You're gonna have her pick up your car.
They approached her and identified her as 23-year-old Stephanie. She appeared intoxicated and was involved in a physical altercation. Officers intervened, and Stephanie was ultimately charged with disorderly intoxication.
Because I need your ID because you're not answering.
I asked you. I told you exactly my name's Stephanie.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Why are you talking to me like that?
Because you're screaming in my face.
I'm not.
85 Cocoa Beach.
What is the problem?
26. We already told you.
What is it?
We already told you.
Which is what? Which is what?
You're going to jail for disorderly and toxin battery.
Thank you, Filate. Thank you, Filate.
You shoved her.
She did not contest the charges, was sentenced to 3 months of probation, ordered to pay $231 in fines and fees, and required to attend Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. The bottle doesn't just loosen tongues, it also loosens control, and that's when the trouble begins.
For what? When she just told me not to You press no charge. Falati! Falati, tell them! I hate you!
Nope.
The quiet of Willow Avenue broke after 1 a.m. when 43-year-old Isael Orellana shouted about an intruder. Deputies arrived to find he had fought with family and damaged property.
Somebody ripped him off.
Okay, where's he at?
Right there.
There's a son. Okay.
Relax. You relax.
Who are you?
Don't worry about me.
Oh, are you the neighbor?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go inside. Yeah, turn around. Turn around, Doug. Turn around. Turn around. Relax. Calm down. Relax. Calm down. Hey, calm down. Head down. Head down. Head down. Hey. Get back! Stop. You better stop right now. Stop right now.
When they tried to detain him, Orellana grabbed a metal paint roller and swung it. Despite repeted orders to drop it, he threw it, striking a deputy.
Drop that. Hey, go inside. Go inside. Go inside.
His arm. They are 97 on Willow.
Nope.
Nope.
Shots were fired, wounding him in the lower torso. He received first aid and was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. One deputy had minor pain. In anger, even an ordinary object can turn into a weapon, and a few seconds of rage can leave lasting consequences. Bullock County, Georgia. What began as a simple registration check on January 20th, 2020 quickly turned into a pursuit. When lights and sirens came on, the driver refused to stop and tried to flee.
Still going, Bullet, still going.
Let's GSC, take it.
Tempo.
What's your location?
The chase did not last long. After abandoning the vehicle, the suspect hid near the foundation of a house. A K-9 unit was deployed and tracked him down, leading to his arrest. He was booked into Bullock County Jail on multiple charges. A small violation could mean just a citation, but panic made it criminal, proving one reckless choice can turn freedom into prison walls. Traffic on Highway 138 came to a standstill as a reckless driver fled south, pushing toward one of the busiest intersections in the city. The danger of a collision grew with every second.
Are you? 60 seconds.
Number 2.
60 already off.
Sheriff's deputies joined the pursuit and executed a precise PT maneuver before the suspect could reach the crowded crossing.
Airport check-in. Airport check-in.
The driver tried to escape on foot, but surrendered the moment a K-9 was released.
Stay where you're at! Stay where you're at! Stay where you're at! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Back up! Back up!
Both he and his passenger were taken into custody without further harm. Every chase is a gamble. On crowded streets, speed isn't just a number, it's a risk multiplier that can turn one driver's choice into a threat for everyone. A black sedan ran a red light and sped off into the night. What began as a simple stop turned into a chase that pushed past 130 miles per hour. driver lost control at the curve onto I-275, slamming into the guardrail. He jumped out, climbed the barrier, and ran across the freeway, with officers still in pursuit. The chase ended only when he was caught and taken into custody. Inside the sedan, police found bags of white powder and a marijuana joint. Records showed the driver's license had been suspended multiple times, marking him as a repeat offender. When alcohol, speed, and reckless choices collide, freedom is never the destination, only the weight of consequences. Thanks for watching till the end. These chases remind us how real the danger is, and how brave our officers are. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe.